We've seen some doozy trade ideas put out there on social media, on TV, the mainstream media, and the like. But none like this. Because earlier this week on NBC Sports Boston, they posted on Twitter a clip of one of their TV segments. And in this clip, they went over a trade idea involving the Boston Bruins. Very obvious, NBC Boston, right? So they went out there, talked about Boston. And in this video, it kind of got a lot of people in the replies all saying exactly the same thing. What the hell? This is the video in question, and the tweet says this. Should the NHL Bruins, that's the hashtag, seriously consider trading Linus Ullmark or Jeremy Swayman before the deadline? Mike Felger and Daytime Jones debate on Boston Sports Tonight. Included is a clip of the entire ordeal where they talk about the Bruins and how host Adam Jones explains the idea. He pretty much says that when it comes to the Bruins situation in net, you've got Linus Ullmark and you've got Jeremy Swayman, and in his opinion, both of these guys are very good goaltenders. He says in the clip that ever since some point in December, Jeremy Swayman has been the best goalie in the NHL. And because of this, plus the fact that Swayman is younger and cheaper, there is a legitimate argument to keep him and trade Ullmark away for the right return. And, you know, in theory, when you say it like that, it sort of makes sense, right? You got two goalies, if they're both equally skilled, then hey, the cheaper, younger option probably has a little bit more flexibility in your lineup, and if you could trade away the other guy and get a massive haul for him, you do it. But the thing is, with Linus Ullmark, this is a guy who is legitimately the frontrunner for the Vezina Trophy this season, and I just can't really wrap my mind around the idea of trading that guy away for a team that is literally the best team in the NHL right now. Linus Ullmark is having a season that we haven't really seen out of anybody in years. I get it, there was the Igor Shesterkin year previously, but Linus Ullmark is technically, at the time of recording this audio, in a better light than that season. Ullmark in 2022-2023 has 36 games played, a 188 goals against, and a 937 save percentage. He's 29-4-1, and he's doing all of this in a season where scoring in the NHL is at an all-time high. We haven't seen goal scoring and points be as prevalent in the league as it is this year. So the fact that Linus Ullmark is legitimately just so above and beyond everybody else to the point that if you take a look at the NHL's goaltending, I mean, he's got .011 more points on his save percentage than the second place guy in Philip Gustafsson, the Minnesota Wild guy. Jay Goettinger, Hellebuck, Sorokin, these guys are all in the 920 range, but I mean, Ullmark is above and beyond better than everybody else. His goals against average is above and beyond better than everybody else. His 188 is significantly better than all the other goalies. Nobody else has a goals against lower than 2. In fact, if you go over to the NHL and its history books, Ullmark, at the time of recording this audio, has the 5th highest save percentage in one recorded NHL season. Only Tim Thomas in 2011, Brian Elliott in 2012, and Jacques Plante twice have had better save percentages than what Ullmark is putting up right now. He's even bested out Igor Shesterkin's 2021-2022, wherein he had a 935 save percentage and a 207 goals against. Sure, the save percentage for Igor is slightly better in Ullmark's favor, but Ullmark's goals against is significantly better than Igor's from last year too. This is legitimately the best goaltending performance we have seen in years. It's been a decade since we have seen a goalie performance this good. And this analyst on Boston Sports NBC is saying that, hey, I'd trade this guy away. And of course, you know, there is a reason behind it. We talked about the reason. In theory, it makes a lot of sense. Two goalies, one cheap, one expensive. They're both good. Trade away the expensive one and get some stuff in return. But I don't know, just from a logical point of view, trading away the guy who was the front runner for the Vezina is kind of ridiculous. And all the replies in this Twitter video kind of say the same thing, like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous, what are you talking about, why are you discussing this? I get it's for good TV, but like, come on, man, why are you trading away the Boston Bruins starting netminder in a season where he is playing out of his mind? He's playing top 5 goaltender of all time, like, and you want to trade this guy away when you're the best team in the NHL? Bro. For reference, if you wanted to talk about Jeremy Swayman and his season so far, I mean, Swayman has a .918 save percentage and a .221 goals against in 23 games played. He also has a very good record at 13-4-4, so he's been good, for sure. But this tandem of Swayman-Ullmark has been the best in the NHL pretty much, and it's kind of cemented with this tweet over here, made by Shoe Fig. It's in reply to a whole bunch of conversation on this NBC Sports video. Look to the end of 2022 for the Bruins this year, 35 games played. Ullmark has a 21-1 record, a .938 save percentage, and a .190 goals against. Swayman has a 7-3-3 record with an .897 percentage and a .268 goals against. So this is towards the end of 2022. A big reason they can start Swayman a ton now and still be a top team is because Ullmark has been absurd, though Swayman has definitely improved too. And so, with this idea in mind, it is kind of intriguing to just acknowledge, but I don't know, is this not a really good problem to have? Not even a problem, but a good situation to be a part of. Having two guys who are very capable at playing the net, who have been very good, and having that stacked team in front of them just giving them the most support they could use. So I really don't know if this idea is even one worth exploring, but you can let me know in the comments all your thoughts and opinions. Should the Boston Bruins consider trading Linus Ullmark? I get it, if Gretzky can get traded, anybody can get traded, but realistically, is this a thing that you see sort of manifesting itself, and furthermore, is it something that you even want to explore? What are teams going to go out there and offer for a guy like Linus Ullmark? Do you think there's a realistic possibility that a trade offer comes along that's really worth considering? You're not going to have too many playoff teams shelling out the moon and more to get Linus Ullmark onto their squad, and rebuilding teams have no real reason to go out there and get him either. So, what do you think about this idea? Link is going to be in the description if you want to go ahead and watch the entire NBC Sports Boston segment. It's on Twitter, so you can look at it there, as well as see all the replies and the responses to the video. It's all kind of one-sided, if I do say so myself, understandably so. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Linus Ullmark and the Boston Bruins season this year, whether or not they should trade this guy or Swayman or anybody else on the team for that matter. I hope you enjoyed this video, Juraj 99, and bye.